Varus, Varus, give me back my legions. Yes, we are here with another DEI historical battle for you today. And as you may be able to tell, this is the Battle of Teutoburg Forest. Varus, General of Rome, is marching 3 legions in 9 AD into Teutoburg Forest to put down an insurrection of the Germanic tribes. Little does he know that he is marching into a trap set by Arminius, a former Roman soldier, now rebel. And yes, this is going to be a brilliant DEI scenario for you today. As you may be able to see, there are rank upon rank of legionaries preparing for battle here. We even have the eagle itself being taken into battle. We have 3 actual eagles here, obviously to represent the 3 legions that took place in this battle. And it was, of course, a decisive Roman defeat, as the Germanic tribes did go on to defeat and annihilate 3 entire legions, including Varus himself committing suicide rather than being captured and sacrificed or killed by the Germans. But yes, the cohorts Aquili are the targets for today's battles for the Germans. If they can capture, well, kill these units off, then they basically capture the eagle. And the Romans have to obviously keep the eagles alive at all cost. And as you can see, we are on the Teutoburg Forest map. The Romans have to stay to this road that they are on here. It's kind of like the objective. There are some fiery balls of justice getting ready to be set off. But yeah, as you can see, the road winds around here. And this is like the objective of the Romans. They've got to kind of keep following this road round. As you can see here, keeps going. We've got a long way to go. And if they can get to this red line, then you get a decisive victory. 2 was a close victory, and then 1 was a Pyrrhic victory. So, let me know in the comments how many eagles do you think the Romans are going to get. Balance of power is against the Romans, but not all the Germans are attacking at once. They will be coming in waves, so they won't be facing all of the German might at once. And the Romans in DI are goddamn strong, so that balance of power isn't that much of a problem for the Romans. I will let you know it's a very close battle. Definitely worth sticking around to see how this one goes down. And there are some massive kills, especially for the Romans in this one. So yeah, let's see who wins this one. Do you think it's going to be Arminius and the Germans, or do you think it's going to be the Romans and Varus here? Is history going to be changed, or is there going to be 3 more dead eagles in Germania? We will find out. But yes, if you want to get involved in some DEI scenarios, or want to just send in your own replays, or just chat along with other fellow Total War enthusiasts, feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. You are more than welcome to join and get involved in the action. And we're getting close to 1,000 members, so we're building a nice little community over there. And of course, if you are wanting to support the channel, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shenanigans. Get your nan to subscribe, get everyone to subscribe. We're working towards 8k subs. Look at the legionaries, they're looking good. We have got the right period as well for legionaries as well. Make sure that we had the right ones. So we have got like the Augustan Rome here, because obviously, it's not really Augustan, is it? It's Octavian. So it goes on to become Augustus. As you can see here, they're marching quite away, and they're getting past a lot of Germans here. I mean, some of these Germans are not hidden anymore, but they're playing to the role play of the Romans, and they are marching in. And sooner or later, those Germans are going to have to stop these Romans. They've got a long way. A lot of the Romans are now on the march on the road. We have got some big units here. We have the Cohors Bavatorum here, which is a big old, like, unit as well. As 400-man unit, same size as the Cohors Aquili, I believe, but it's an auxiliary unit instead. So I thought we'd bring these guys. As a very unique unit. Thought it looked very cool. Definitely worth bringing. And we have got like Evocata Germanica back here as well, which are like the veterans of Germania, so they're very appropriate for today's scenario, us being in Germania. There is limited cav in this one, as the Romans, most of the cavalry defected because it was auxiliaries. They were led by Arminius. He actually led the cavalry off into the forest, and it defected and changed sides. So most of the cavalry is now with the Germans. But yeah, I think the only cavalry the Romans have is in fact their generals. So they're going to have to use them wisely and sparingly if they want to try and do some charging down of archers and other various things. Yeah, we do have some cohorts Italica, some like auxiliaries here that are getting up. Still other auxiliaries, because we don't want to give them full legionary armies, because that would be a little bit too strong. I feel like even then we'd have no chance. So there are other auxiliary units, but they're not too much. There are mainly Cohorts Legionary, Germanica. I mean, there's even like Clibanorum back here, which are like these like the cataphract legionaries. If you've seen these guys, they look goddamn scary. Put it like that. But yeah, here you go. The battle is starting to get underway now. And we do have light spears now starting to shift across. As you can see, yeah, most of the stuff is light. Even like the auxiliaries are heavies, so it's going to be a bit of a massacre for the Germans straight off the bat, you'd imagine. I mean, they've just got to harass them. They have actually got some pretty good melee attacks to start with. I mean, the melee attack's 11. DI, that's not bad, to be fair. Missile damage of 15 as well for Suebi Archers is also not too shabby. But yeah, I mean, the Romans, I mean, what have they got? They've got melee attack 11 as well, actually. So in some areas, they're matching the Romans. 13 for that Germanica there, though, so not so much. But yeah, as you can see, the light spear is getting ready, and the Germanica are preparing. The problem is that, obviously, Javies. The Romans have Javies, and there you go. They actually Javied off nicely. They're just about slowing that charge down, and in go the Germans. And they're going to do what they can to win this one. Yes, this is a pretty long one. I'm going to maybe make some cuts where it gets a little bit slower, but it is a fairly long one. But it's, like I said, a very close one. So definitely worth getting yourself some snacks, getting yourself some drinks, and getting ready for some Roman action. We have got the Clibanorum in here, and they are engaged with these light spears, doing their best. I think the front of the column as well is about to get engaged. We have some lights here that are waiting, and Ingo, the auxiliaries, I think they might have had Javies as well, because they look like they just Javied off against the spears here. They look a bit bloodied up, but yeah, Ingo, these guys, I believe he's like a Night Stalker unit or something like that. They're a really solid unit. Like, yeah, they have 12 melee attack Night Walkers. But yeah, there's archers actually firing into the flank of these Italian spears, trying to do what damage they can. Flanking shots from archers and various missiles are going to be how we kill the Romans here today, and surrounding them, which actually can be quite hard because they're going to be on a narrow road, so getting around their flanks and their backs is actually going to be quite hard. But yeah, we have cavalry here actually already. We have Roman cav, not Roman cav, sorry, Germanic cav here already getting ready. We do have the Macamani representing the Germans here today because it's well, the only German faction. When you play with the I forgot what even is called, the Octavian DLC. I've forgotten even what it's called. Someone will tell me. But yeah, and in go the cavalry on this side. I mean, the problem is charging into most of the Romans. They can all form square, as you can see here. They've taken a buck out of the Napoleonics and they form square, but they're actually going to Antagnazi here. It's not a bad charge. Going in amongst this Antagnazi will actually not be too bad. They can't form square. They only killed like 4 of them though. I mean, this is heavy shock cav. The cohorts, I guess, maybe can't form square, but maybe they can. But the German infantry is now engaged them. And the thing is, the Romans can form square even once in melee. So it's not like in like NCW3 where you can't do that. In DEI, Romans are just like invulnerable to cav basically. They can form square whenever they like. Yeah, these legionary units are huge as well. They could do a charge onto the general here. But he's a heavy shock cav as well. He would probably be okay. And he'd be supported by all of these remaining Romans on the way up. Lots of Germanica here moving up. And yeah, actually they did go in for a charge. Wow, I'm surprised, but I mean, they did kill one guy. They're probably going to get support in a moment. Yeah, the Romans, if they even try and pull their general out, take a few losses. So this is risky. You could say this is Varus already getting attacked. Imagine if it was Varus already early on getting attacked. I mean, the German cav is not looking great, though. Yeah, they killed like 3 of those Romans. That is rough. They're already wavering. Over on this side, looks like we're about to see more Germans come forward here. Some very light melee infantry. I believe these guys have pretty good melee attack. Let's get their stats up. Actually, no, they don't. They have 9 melee attack. They're worse than most of the stuff. Trusky Axemen about to get sent into action. And we do have Evercarti, or Evercarta Germanica there. And again, the veterans of Germania are ready to repel the Germans. They've been doing this for a long, long time. They know what to expect. Got the general, another general here moving up. It's up to you which one you want to pretend is Varus, to be honest. I'd say maybe we'll say if any of them die, that is Varus. Because he did commit suicide. But I mean, these Equite here, Singulares, are getting focused down, already down to 76 men. They're getting hit hard. The Romans clearly going for, not the Romans, the Germans going clearly for a morale thing. Even like these light spear infantry here jabbing at the Romans, trying to do some damage to them. Yeah, it's no surprise, like most of these German infantry here losing in the front lines, taking on the Evocata Germanica here. I mean, yeah, these spears are not going to do that great. But as you go on, there are nastier stuff back here. We have, like, medium swords. I don't know if we have any heavies. What do we have here? Oh, yeah, we do have heavy swords. So there are nastier stuff further back as, like, we get to the last part of the defense here of Teutoburg Forest. The Germans have got heavy stuff, but for now, it's just harassing the Romans, you know, with lighter stuff. This battle is actually a 4v3. So, like I said, the Germans do outnumber the Romans. Try and give them a little bit of advantage. They probably didn't in history. It's probably fairly evenly matched, I'd imagine. Maybe even the Germans being outnumbered. But because the Romans were on such a long line of march, like the attack didn't, the front didn't necessarily know when the rear was being attacked, and vice versa. So it was a very chaotic time if you're a Roman. And also the Germans aren't using their full force in one go, like I said. So it won't be like the Romans getting overwhelmed straight away. It's very much a war of attrition for the Germans here today. These light spears getting kind of getting battered up here. I don't think they got probably many kills. I mean, these Romans already got 125 kills. Oh boy, they were in for a rough game for the Germans. I mean, yeah, they killed 20. Killing 20 Romans, though, is not bad. I mean, these spears here are now flanking around. They're going to break more of these spears down here. That is not a good sign. The assault on this side, yeah, it was quite costly. Did not really work. The Germans have broken and have actually returned. We have Romans now marching off into the forest. This is never a good idea. These guys could go and get themselves surrounded and killed. They don't know what's up here. These Legionari, they're going in. Yes, us Legionnaires today, us Papal Legionnaires, we're in for a rough game. All of you here are being represented by a Roman. That one there in particular, that one's mythic. You just want to be one of the legionaries that survive here today. I mean, we're getting close. I mean, I don't know, I can't remember precisely how many Romans there were, but it's probably between, I'd say, 7,000 and 8,000. So, I mean, we have about 7,500 subs. So you nearly all probably are being represented man for man here by a single legionary. Yeah, light spears breaking there, and the Romans, yeah, they're clearing up down here. I mean, there's just archers up here right now. There are another light spear units, but one light spear is not going to take on 2 legionary units. But yes, the line is starting to break over here. We'll get rid of the forest for a little bit so you can see what's going on. Very key thing to have, Control F, especially for Teutoburg Forest. The Antagnasi here, a good Java unit, a legionary Java unit doing their bit. We'll put the forest back on. It's better for the scenario and just for the atmosphere, you know. If we have to struggle to see stuff, that's fine. We're just in the perfect shoes of a Roman. Light melee infantry here, routing the first Romans, though. Cohorts Italica breaking, as is the other one. So big wins there, I guess, for the Germans. They've actually broken some units already. Very useful. These have 11 melee attack. These Hari Night Stalkers. Okay, not bad. These light swords here doing a bit of damage. I mean, the Germanica here have lost like 50 men, no, 60 men nearly. Doing some damage. And Antagnasi here, they're just jabbing some Nightwalkers, making sure they stay at bay. Yeah, the Romans, they need to keep marching on, really. I don't know where... Well, they're still fighting over here. I don't know where the Cohorts Acolyte is. Oh, it's near the front lines. It's right here. It's lost one man. The Eagle Bearer is still alive and kicking. He doesn't have to survive. It's just the unit itself. Because actually I found 9 times out of 10, he's one of the first men to die in the battle. The Eagle Standard always seems to fall first. Cheruski Axeman here, still fighting bitterly on against the Romans. Yes, like I said, a war of attrition. They're just going to keep wearing down these troops and getting rear shots where necessary. Cole's legionary over here, just killing like 4 or 5 men in each unit. It just wears them down a little bit. It's going to have to be more than 4 or 5 by the end of the day. But the Germans, you know, with these first units, they've just got to do a little bit of damage. These light swords over here now getting involved. I love that the Germans are all like covered in like bear pelts and stuff. They must have like wiped out the entire bear population of like bears to like kit out one unit, is what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, just seems a bit excessive. If there were bears in Europe, they're now all on on the Germans like uniforms instead, because they're just like kitted out in furs. Look at them. There's like what, 1, 2. There's just 2, 3, 4, 5 I can see in this one little small area, and there's still thousands of Germans. I don't know why, I'm just rambling, but it's quite funny. The Romans, anyway, they're still battling on. They're about to get rear charged of these Germans, though. They are about to die. They actually have been rear charged already. Legionaries here battling on in the name of the Emperor Augustus, who's, I mean, he is technically an emperor, or princeps, as they call him at this point. Didn't use the term emperor yet. Oh, Imperator Augustus, is that the name of the DLC? That rings a bell, you know. I feel like it might be called that. A DLC that I kind of forgot about. That's going to be the... Oh, I was going to say, is that not the Cold... See, I thought this was the Cold Acolyte here, setting up. It's not. It's just a normal Legion unit. Like, that's a scary sized unit. Normally, 200 men in Rome 2. Oh my god, and all Romans. But no, there's bigger units out there. There are bigger and scary ones. There you go, they broke those Cherusci axemen. No surprise there. And the Romans, they need to get moving now. Oh, we have a general rushing up here actually as well. Look at this. General just rushing in. He's going to try and take out archers. It's good use of the gen, to be fair, but he's down to 69 men. He's down to the funny number. Charging into archers here. But the thing is, there's more of them up there. More light missiles up there. He's taking a few casualties. Each general bodyguard that gets taken out is a small little win. Makes that general a little bit more vulnerable. Also means they won't use him as a cav unit so aggressively, maybe. And there you go. They broke the archers. That was easy enough. More missiles appear though. Yeah, they're gonna focus down this general. He's down to 49 men already. That's not bad. The general here coming over the slope. In he goes. Nice. Good charge. And there you go. Apparently he wants to see their entrails. Well, we're going to see a lot of German entrails in a moment. Yeah, they're winning and clearing off these archers. This is the real problem because these archers probably had ammo left. So yeah, that's not good because they're going to need these archers to shoot other Romans, put it like that. The Romans are making a push now over here. We now have a light spear unit that is blocking this road. A good jabby throw into the Antagnazzi there. Still didn't really seem to... Oh, I don't know. They went from 172 to 164 just like that. Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe that was the other unit I was hovering over. The lots of archers up here that could cause a lot of problems. They can just shoot from there down into this ravine, and all they need to do is just keep feeding troops into this one ravine. This is one spear unit for now. In go the Antagnazzi. Oh, they're gonna set up. Probably throw a load of javies first. Really, the spear should just charge in. But what is this? This is a cool acolyte up here. Oh, and the Germans are seeing perfect. perfect timing to just focus down this coaxial. I mean, they've killed 9 of it now. It's not much, but it's a start. You've got to just kill these. You've got to just start killing it. I bet the banner carrier is still alive. I don't know. I can't see the eagle. Yeah, weirdly, I actually cannot see that eagle. That is a little concern. Oh no, is it back there? No, that's a different standard. Okay, that is scary. They may have already lost their eagle, but it doesn't matter. The unit's still alive. That is the main thing. It's just got to make it off to the other red line. Get down this road and you're alright. The Romans battling away now. The Sant'Agnazzi, I don't think they might break through the spear line. They are only medium missiles. There's a good possibility they will. They are Romans after all. Yeah, those archers up there are getting some good shots. What is going else along the line? Not much at the moment. Seems like the Germans are maybe making a pushback across here. Oh, and we have a fight in the river. Okay. So you have German lights actually going in here. How good are these guys? 9 melee attack. Not that great then. Not a match for these Evocata Germanica. But who knows? I mean, Romans in water might get bogged down. And we have some, looks like we have some swords over here. They're about to get engaged with some Evocata Germanica as well. So a lot of elites, well I say elites, veterans is the better word I should use for the Romans going in. Evocata Germanica. I mean, if they could, right now they could just shoot into, oh they are shooting into the back of these guys, these very light missiles. Shooting or throwing, I'm not quite sure. Right into the back of these Romans, and they're losing. Decisively. And yeah, this unit's just winning. Doing its old thing. And now they're going to be able to surround it. The Romans going in, this could be a big win, this could be one of the first Legion units getting routed here. And it's a Germanica unit. I mean, some of these Romans have got like, look at this guy, he's got like 20 javelins. Yeah, look at that, he has so many javelins in the shield. What are you doing, man? And there you go, look at it, it's wavering. It is wavering. This unit is in real trouble. We've got Germanica over here as well getting shot in the back. They're down to 100 men. They're fighting against my light spear unit here, but they're still losing. They can go the light melee infantry. Now they flank the Germanica. This could be huge. Just get a little bit of a flank on these guys. Just start decapitating Romans. There'll be war trophies for another day. Well, we're seeing some elites being brought up now. Oh boy. This is the most expensive Legion unit you can bring. The Clibanorum unit. Oh boy. Legionary Clibanorum. They're being sent in. They are scary. They're just head to toe armor. Head to toe steel. With a nasty gladius in their hand. I don't think my light spears are going to stand much of a chance. There you go. Another breaking Germanica. I mean, each unit we kill off, that's a win. That's the thing. This is starting to get into a little bit too much of a long line, though, for the Germans here. They can't seem, they don't want to fight lots and lots of Roman units with the Rome because they can't do that. You're gonna have to just try and fight individual small fights around things like this Germanica over here. They could probably take this one out. They just keep flanking it. Oh, doesn't help if the light melee infantry breaks like that. There's a little bit like a Roman unit all the way up here, like a Cohors Legionari. This got like just isolated and killed off. That would be huge. There's cav over here, and there's infantry hiding. Sure, they didn't just walk off into the woods on this side. But yeah, Teutoburg Forest, I mean, right now, Romans are doing pretty well. Romans are doing pretty well. I mean, their prowess is showing off. The Germans have got better stuff to come, which is positive for them, but they are losing a lot of men. In a bit of a, well, not futile attacks, but the attritional warfare is probably doing more attrition to the Germans than it is the Romans at the moment. These Clibanorum, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job. Yeah, winning decisively. Spears here are about to break. Not a good sign. And the Romans, really, if they wanted to, they could just push across here. These Clibanorum could just push. I think you go and rush for these spears over here, which are defending these fireballs of justice. But yeah, plenty of stuff still back here, like I said. I mean, if the Germans really wanted to, they could just block the road at the end. If it, like, the timer started to get a bit close to like 0 seconds, and like the Romans were really pushing hard, they could just do that. They could just block the road. It's always a good tactic. More Clibanorum over here, fighting in the marshes. Seems a bit unpleasant. Wouldn't really want to fight in here. You get wet. There's nothing worse than walking around in wet feet. That's something that we can all relate to, whether you're a Roman back in 9 AD, or if you're, I don't know, born in 2022. We can all agree. Wet feet, not a cool thing. But we have actually got a Roman Legion unit, this Clibanorum up here. These guys are pushing up. They could really do with rushing for these fireballs of justice. I know that's kind of what the Germans want them to do, but that's kind of also what the Romans have to do. Like, otherwise these guys are in position. They'll fall down and they'll burn Romans. They'll roll down, not fall down. There you go. The Germans have been cleared out of here. That was probably much easier than the initial one. I mean, they killed a couple of Evocata Germanica, but those guys survived one whole wave and then managed to probably take out a lot of other Germans in the second wave. So props off to them. I mean, I'm sure loads of these legionaries over here have plenty of kills as well. But here we go. We're about to see some fireballs of justice get enabled. And here we go. Fireballs of justice going off. Oh, clipping that unit. They could do with hitting a few more. Here we go. These ones could be nasty. Oh, this one's going to be really bad. I can already see it. Oh, why did it go? Where did it go? Oh, that one is brutal. My gosh. What a hit. That killed so many legionaries. It's almost perfect. It's like we weren't really intending them to come this way, but it just worked so well. Another one here. This is going to hit a lot of legionaries. Oh, jeez. That was brutal again. This fiery ball's actually doing a decent amount of damage, you know. And they need to set off more of these fireballs. There's still loads up here. Still so many. This one might hit. No, I don't think it will. These ones are kind of going in the right direction, but it's actually the wrong direction. There's not many Romans over here. Look, they're all missing now. It's a shame. This one might hit. Oh, it is. It is. Oh, it's going right through. My gosh. I just went the whole way through that line. That's brutal. And this one is as well. Oh, God. Bad cameraing, but look at that. Oh, my gosh. They're just all running through and just burning so many Romans. That is brutal. These Clibanorum have, like, dropped so much. Same with these legionaries as well. They've all just dropped, like, hundreds of men. All just burning in there. Oh, my gosh. It's brutal. And I mean, still Mango getting burnt here. Antagnazi getting burnt now. The Germans desperately just trying to set off more and more of these fireballs of justice. That was brutal to watch. My gosh, probably my favorite part of the battle so far. That was brutal to watch. It's always good to see fireballs of justice actually go off and be pulled off properly. The Antagnasi here, steady. They're in combat even. I mean, against light spears, they're going to do okay. We actually have an engagement up here as well. We have archers engaged. I hope these guys are out of ammo. Looks like they are. They have their clubs out, but that might just be because they're in combat. Yeah, we have Clibanorum here. They're going in, and they're going to be able to chew these guys up pretty easily, I imagine. The Romans are pushing on. They're like, you know what? We're not sticking around. There's too many fiery balls of justice here. And then, yeah, really the Germans need to get more troops. What we got coming up here? Heavy melee infantry. Okay, we're seeing some big hitters coming up now. These guys might be able to stop the Romans in their tracks for a little while. These are super heavy. The Clibanorum. My gosh. Good thing you hit them with the fiery balls of justice. General pushing up here, though. Equite Singulares. He's coming up. Charging into the flank of these Germans, sorry. Not Romans. They're funny-looking Romans if they're Romans. There you go. I mean, this is, yeah, it's looking rough now for these spears. Antagnasi are losing. They're breaking them. There are a few, like, reserve units back here, but these are just, like, shattered units that have returned. But every man's going to count for these Germans. Every count. Lots of archers over here as well with, like, hopefully with some ammo left. That's what I'm hoping. There's still plenty of Romans, by the way, still marching through here. And this Evocata Germanica is down to 59 men, but we still got healthy cohorts back here. Cohorts Evocata, cohorts legionary cohorts. There's a lot left. I mean, there's still also, like, the big auxiliary units lingering around somewhere as well. I haven't seen them in a little while, but I'm sure they're here. So yeah, I mean, the Romans looking healthy. I mean, they're actually breaking quite a few Romans here. Antagnasi starting to waver. Not quite break yet. But yeah, the Romans really pressing on here. They're just not slowing down. They are engaged with the heavies here, though. And these heavies, I imagine, might get some decent kills. We do have... Oh, we do have one of the... yeah. Where is it? Is it one of these units back here? I don't know. Looks like there's Batavians in the front line here. Yeah, cohorts Teutoburg. They've taken a few losses, but there's still like 300 plus men. Yeah, the Batavian auxiliaries down the front line. These guys are sort of like Germans, but they're not really. They're more like Belgian, if I remember correctly. That is where the Batvians are from. Well, the Germans here battling on, doing their best. The Romans could flank, though. There's a flanking spot here. But that's maybe what the Germans want. I don't know if it is, actually, because there's nothing set up. It seems like the Germans actually aren't really wanting to defend this spot too much. Just put a couple of heavies in here and maybe try and slow down the Romans enough that they can then maybe use the remaining of their fireballs of justice. But I think they've been cleared out. There's not many of them left. There's a few over here. This map, unfortunately, was not very good for traps. We couldn't really set up our traps in many spots. There needs to be like a mod that allows you to just deploy traps wherever, because that would work perfectly. Instead we could have fireballs of justice everywhere. Like, there wasn't really any good slopes or anywhere that we could really deploy them, unfortunately, as the Germans, like in an effective spot. Like, imagine having them on this hill over here. This hill would work perfectly. You could just roll them down. These guys up here, just roll them down while the Germans held these Romans back in a few of the spots. It'd be perfect. The Clibanorum here still leading the way. These cataphract infantry, as I like to call them. Still fighting on, but I think they're starting to die now. Actually, no, they're doing okay. How many kills are these heavies getting? That's a good question. 67, 43. It's not bad, actually. We've got a light spear here, I guess, just to block this scaffold, make sure the Romans don't flank around. There are still actually Germans in the back lines now. This is the thing. These guys are technically in the back lines. The Romans are... Well, they're protecting their back lines as well. They've got lots of cohorts avocado with a nice yellow shield. Mixing it up there. You know, we've got some... we've got the Germanica with the blue, the basic legionaries in the Clibanorum with the red, and then we've got yellow shields, just to make it interesting. But yeah, no, they've got plenty of good troops here in the back lines, making sure that these pesky Germans can't get behind them. I believe that we still have all 3 Cohors Aquili at this point. And I also believe we have all 3 generals still alive. There is a general right in the front lines here with 25 men left. I don't know where the other Cohors Aquili is, but it must be in the front line. Oh, it is. It's got 6 men lost. Jeez. Yeah, I think they're all still alive. I can't really see. There's just a lot of Romans on top of each other right now. They're making a bit of a larger cordon, I think, just to give themselves a bit of breathing room, which is a good idea. Imagine, if they got archers up here, the Germans, they could just shoot down into this choke point. I mean, what have they got up here? Missiles. Okay, so they have some medium missiles. These guys are a Javi unit, if I remember correctly. They look pretty good. They are actually, I think, one of the more elite units for the Germans. But what have we got here? We've got light spears coming up as well. Or they could just get, like, archers to set up here in this pond. Or lake, it probably is not a pond. They can just shoot into the flank of the Romans as they fight on in here. Got some Cohors Evercarts now leading the way. But yeah, these heavies, you know, they'll hold for a long time. That's a good sign. They're still, like, doing okay. I mean, well, how's the other one doing? Seems like it's doing fine. Which is worrying for the Romans, because they've got a lot more to face. These are only 2 units here. I mean, they're in the choke point, in fairness. So if the Romans actually face them in, like, head-on fight, they might do better, but I don't know. There's also, by the way, generals still getting sniped here. Generals were constantly getting shot at by whatever missiles we had available, just to make sure that they were moving around, never staying still, just so they knew that we could threaten them if we needed to. Yeah, we have a lot of Clibanorum here, just charging off into the forest. This is not going to end well for any Germans to go rushing in there. We have Javis here that look like they're pushing forward. Maybe they're going after the general. The Romans need to be careful. I mean, they could also just Javi these Clibanorum as they're showing their backs, so that would be a pretty good target as well. But I guess if you kill generals off, morale in DI is pretty bad. Oh, it's pretty good in the sense that if you kill a general off, you will do a lot of damage. I mean, these guys are actually waving 110 men. They've only lost 90. But I guess it's a decent amount. Some abilities or something has been activated, it seems, because they've got the flashing orbs above their head. Oh, fire is now coming in. Oh, yeah, this will break some Germans. Good tactic here by the Romans. They actually got there. Looks like some Roman archers up here. These guys, nothing special. These are Italian archers, not Syrian archers. They're a bit bloodied up, though. You know, there's some action. Apparently. Archers now firing in from the flank over here, though, so this is good as well. It still help with the fight. I mean, it seems like these I mean, at least seems like these legions are being held in their place for a long time. Like the Romans can't seem to get anywhere. This looks like a brutal fight, it really does. No quarter being given here. The Romans literally fighting for survival. The Germans fighting for their independence. Seems like they're going to break through, though, the Romans. I mean, there's not exactly any evident German reinforcements on the way, though we have very light missiles moving forward. That is always a good sign. They might be going to maybe try and make a hold somewhere. If you get them from the slope, like I said, shoot down. Just do some damage. There is Cav also loitering around in the back lines. Whether that's going to do anything, I do not know. General over here being still shot at. He's down to 68 men. Like we said, we're just making sure that they know that But they have nowhere to hide. At this point, yeah, I don't know if we've... Well, let's do a bit of counting, shall we? Let's count how many generals are alive. There's one over here. That's a bit worrying. I can't see any more, actually. Yeah, I think there might only be one general left. I had no notification that he's dead. Any of them are dead, but... I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are in here. I can't see them. Yeah, I can only see the one general, so I'm going to say that the other two Roman generals are probably dead. The Romans keep pushing on. This is actually the Coal's Aquila in the front line, if I'm correct. I can see the eagle, yeah. I can see the eagle standing. But there you go. The Romans have broken through. This is going to mean that this whole line will break now. I mean, the spear's setting up here, but they might as well retreat. There's no point in holding here. I believe, as well, a general has been killed. I think the Romans have actually just lost the general. So I think the Cav has just killed off a general that had run away, had broken. I'm not sure, but it's hard to tell what army is what. But I think a Roman general has fallen now. We also have a bit of a line fight now taking place over here. As we have Romans dashing off into the forest to try and avenge their general. These Romans kind of getting a little bit surrounded in a few areas. Only a little bit, but could be enough. I mean, look. I don't know, actually. They're losing decisively on the light spears. No surprise there again. The Romans actually made a pretty decent offensive and actually, you know, broke a decent amount of Germans again. Some of them shattered for good. So just when you think you're making one step forward as the Germans take a few more steps back, you kill one general off, but a lot more infantry's gone. I actually did throw in these spears and the very light swords as well. Again, trying to hold back these legionaries. Honestly, I'm surprised. It seemed like they kind of broke through, but I guess they maybe want to protect that ramp. Well, not ramp, you know, that area for a little longer. It's quite possible. So we have more, well, we have mediums archers coming down, or medium range units coming down. I think these guys have no ammo. They got 50 kills, not bad. Yeah, I think they're going to get thrown into combat. The Romans seem like they're retreating some troops. Maybe they're just going to cycle out troops, get some fresher boys in there. I think I did see some archers getting sent in, so I mean, they probably have no ammo. A big archer volley coming in there. Yeah, 2 units that will set up over here, trying to focus down these Evocata Germanica. I mean, doing a decent amount of damage, but none of them are losing yet. It seems to be going back to the game of attrition for the Germans. They just try and whittle down these Romans, get some rear shots into them. But yeah, it seems like they're doing okay. I mean, what are they now? Coal's Legionary, yeah. They're taking a lot of damage. Morale is also not looking great. 50 to 70%. I mean, it's okay, but it's starting to take effect. We put the fire ability on. That would certainly bring that down again. Romans, though, there's still plenty of them. I mean, balance power is not looking great for the Romans, but I'm not sure. There's still like thousands of Romans down there, including the big Coel's Acolyte and Clibanorum units as well. Yeah, general dead for this Coel's Acolyte here with 350 men left. And they're elite Romans. They're not breaking anytime soon. Oh, we had an Evercarter there, just breaking 140 men though. There's hope yet for the Germans. There's hope yet. Coel's Evercarter though, this one's on 86 men still holding on. They're tough if they want to be tough. It's turning into a little bit of a grindy choke point over here. Is there anything going on in the back lines? I mean, there's plenty of Germans back here actually. These guys need to get off here at some point. I mean, we've got some very light swords, some medium like javies, some more light swords. They're just waiting. I guess they're going to just come down this road eventually. I mean, when the Romans aren't looking, attack them in the rear. It's always a good idea. Looks like we're about to see more Romans engage the Germans here. I mean, looks like these light missile infantry got a little bit too close to the Clibanorum. And they give up the chase. Oh, but they nearly broke them anyway. Oh my gosh. A general has broken here. This is not good. General has broken. I think he's been focused on one too many times by archers. And now we have the medium shock cav here lingering. I think they're going to maybe try and just chase him down, kill him, make sure he can't return, make sure the general actually is dead, because that would help massively with morale. I mean, look at this right now. We're seeing massive rally and raise banner like abilities being pumped out by the Romans. I mean, they're actually losing more troops over here. This is another Coel's Legionary. So they've just done a defensive formation, trying to stabilize. The defensive formation does help a little bit. But it looks like the Romans are going to break through here. There's a big gap in the line here where the Romans have just broken through, and that would be... I think this is the end of this defense here. It's probably a little bit overdue. I mean, it looks like the cab back here might have just dealt with our general. I think they've got him. I can see some corpses here. Some Roman general corpses in the river. So I think they may have got that second general. Or third general, I think, possibly. See, Varus is gone. The legions are now leaderless. And all chaos might ensue. But the Romans have still got a way to go on the road. I'd say they're about maybe halfway. Maybe a third. If you look on the map, I mean, yeah, I'd say, yeah, maybe a third of the way there. They've still got a lot of legionaries left. So, I mean, but there's been pretty nasty choke points here. Do you think that the Romans are going to make it? It's hard to say. They've got no generals. Still plenty of healthy infantry. Coel's Acolyte here with 399 men. Jeez. I mean, there's got to be some Roman units down here with like 400 kills. 156, 394 for the Coel's Legionary there. 36, not so great. 62, 64, 356. My gosh. 78. I think some of the more like battered units that may have broken have got some big kills as well. But yeah, Romans be slapping right now. It may look like they're struggling, but they're getting kills. Like the Germans right now cannot really face them head on. Like I said, they need to try and flank them, but they've broken those Shuski axemen over there. And now they just need to push on. Push on, boys! The next choke point is being set up, though. There is another line of defense already being set up. So I'm going to make a cut here, and I will see you guys in a moment when they get to this choke point. Because we have a cool officer here waiting. But yes, I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so we are back. It wasn't actually that long of a cut, but the Romans actually have made a push up here. We've got Coel's Legionary. losing a fight up here to light spears. They're getting shot in the back, but yeah, this is actually somewhere else. This is not on the road. The Romans actually pushed up here into the forest. I think the plan was to try and flank around through the forest and getting behind the roadblock that's been set up here. I think that's the plan of the Romans. I'm honestly not sure. There is a cohorts Aquila here in this formation, and we have a cohorts Bavatorum Miliaria here. So there's like 2 big units. It's like over 600 men in those 2 units alone. But we've got a charge coming down from these Axemen here, and they're going to just go slamming into those Batavians. I was about to call them Bavatoriums, but just Batavians would work. There's still a lot of like Antagnasi and Germanica down here as well. We've got spears in the backline here. These guys could do doing a rear charge into the Bavatorum. The boys in green, as they are, fighting it out. I think they can form square as well. I think most Romans can, like I said. Looks like they're actually, I don't know, they're retreating. Maybe they changed their minds. Looks like the bigger units are anyway changing their minds. There are Germans coming down the hill with some more mediums on their way down. So they were pretty good, the mediums and heavies. You know, they've done okay. The lights have done reasonably well as well. We got Antagnasi here. Oh, no, not Antagnasi. These are archers. They've just been routed. I mean, that's an easy win there for the Germans. Just cut these guys down with their mediums. And instead of the Romans charging to the roadblock, it's actually going to be the roadblock charging the Romans. Or at least part of it. It's not really the roadblock as such. It's more of a flanking force of medium swords here. Trying to break these legionaries and actually going to retreat. I think the plan was to just let them retreat. We need to let the Romans in a bit, and then we can hit them on multiple flanks from this big flank here. And hit them also on this smaller flank and down the middle, down the center of the road. That was the plan. Whether it'll work. Antagnasi here starting to waver. But we also have Evocata nearly wavering, but instead the light spears broke. A sad sight. So many ferns around here. Very hard to see men sometimes fighting it out in the undergrowth. Might have been how it was like in history though. I'm not really sure how many ferns there are really in Germany. Cohorts Bavatorum though, they're still winning. When you expect it from a massive unit. A unit down here wavering, Evocata Germanica. Every unit that breaks though is a small win for the Germans. Even if it's a tiny little unit of legionaries. Antagnasi, they could break them. 127 men. It's very possible. There you go, the Germanica is gone. The Antagnasi, they're just Javies. They're pretty, I mean, they got Javies with a spear and shield, so they're pretty decent, but definitely breakable. Yeah, the roadblock, it's not really much of a roadblock anymore. I feel like the medium melees are getting actually kind of screwed over here in this fight. Getting javied to pieces by Romans that have yet to use their javies, which I'm surprised. I thought every Roman at this point had thrown their javies. But they are battling it out here on the side of the road. Another part of the road getting littered with bodies. I mean, we can have a look at the other end. I think there's actually a fight down this end as well. So the Romans are being attacked in the rear now as well by a bunch of Germans. Probably how the Romans recorded this event. 3 legions were lost against a bunch of Germans. That's how I'd record it. Yeah, there's like 2 units engaged here. Clipanorum and a Legionary. Solid units, but yeah, there's some big pile-ups of bodies back here. Notably here, this seems like a pretty decent one. Yeah, I mean, the Romans have done a reasonable job. They got quite a way. I mean, I'm just trying to look at all the bodies. There actually isn't a massive pile-up. There's not a really big fight yet. Maybe over here, I guess this is probably like where all these Romans are here. This is definitely the biggest death. Like pile of dead so far, but yeah, that's it. Legionaries breaking there. There were 130 men. That is a big loss, and that was through fire arrows. Fire arrows are influencing the breaking of that unit. And once one unit breaks, it scares all the others a little bit. They all start to get a little bit scared. They're like, ooh, friends are routing. I think that's what they say. Or comrades are routing. This unit here is on 0 to 10 morale. Yikes. could do with sending in some fresh troops. Clibanorum coming into the front lines here, along with Evercarter. It just seems like everything can hit now. More fire is going off. Just a brutal fight. You like just like zoom in at one point and you just see like men getting their heads decapitated. Brutal. Look at that, fire arrows coming in there, doing some damage to the morale, but not much. We're getting more troops in here. We have a general actually being sent up. This is a heavy melee infantry unit. He looks like he might be getting sent in against the medium missiles here, the Antagnasi. They need to be careful. We do retreating troops here. Got are these Javis? Yeah, I think it's just Javis from the infantry. Got more mediums coming up, throwing their Javis, getting ready for battle. Like I said, that they could do retreating just to let the Romans in a little bit more, so we can just surround them. Troops, though, breaking in the back lines. Could they break through this rear guard attack? I don't know. The Romans might want to think about it. Might want to just think about going back down the road. Troops wavering here, though. Antagnasi starting to go. Lots of fire arrows starting to be implemented now as we get into the latter stages of this battle. The Romans could do with killing off a German general. I mean, it's very possible. Any of their units are probably capable of killing off that German general. He's not in combat yet. I guess also need to be careful with fire arrows because they could probably like chain around their own men. I don't know. Hard to say. Got a heavy shock cap back here. We've got this is Arminius probably leading his cavalry. Here we go. Cohors Bavatorum here, about to go in. Can they kill this unit off? They should be able to, I'd have thought. Avocado Germanica up here. They're still fighting in this wood, by the way. This is a sideshow of what's going on elsewhere. Really. They're fighting in the ferns. Cav as well, just waiting patiently. Yeah, this Cohors Bavatorum engage. I mean, they've actually broken those Germanica, which is good. There is an Aquili waiting here. There's actually two Aquili waiting here. The other one's in combat. So they're all still very much alive. The Eagles are still alive, so the Romans can get them through. It is a decisive victory for them. Because as you know, Eagle lost, honor lost, honor lost, all lost. That is the Roman way. If you know what film that's from, that quote, I'm very impressed. Cohors Legionaria. Casualties sustained. They're in a bit of trouble. There's still archers back here though with ammo. Got a cav unit here. Could he get a rear charge onto these Bavatorum? I mean, they're on 87 morale. 86 morale, in fact. I mean, probably not. Don't think they could break them. But here we go. A good charge could change this. We'll see. Yeah, it didn't seem like an emphatic charge, but that's just me. Cav in here just trying to do what damage they can. I mean, it's got down to 50 to 70 morale. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I mean, this is a light melee infantry, and I don't think it's going to be able to take them on. And now that I've actually activated the Cohort's Acolyte, they're like, right, we're going to deal with these goddamn cavalry. Probably do bring these medium swords down, actually, to try and get involved in the fight. Yeah, these Romans back here, they've just been worn down a little bit, but not enough to try and break them. The Romans are looking a little thin on the ground a little bit now. There's not so many of them. I'd say as many as 16 units. I mean, there's certainly been a lot more than that earlier. The Romans battling out, though. And as you can see, all these troops up here are broken. But the Cohort's Acolyte are making a run for it. Actually, they are making the charge instead of the Bavatorum here. So really, at this point, I mean, if they could get these medium infantry to mobilize, get them down here, maybe surround this Cohort's Acolyte, that would be a big win. Get the Cavs to then maybe do a rear charge as well. You never know. It's all possible. Cohort's Legionary here, though. Still making no progress. Not a single bit of progress to be made. I mean, there's a lot of bodies mounting up here. Piles now. Troops are breaking here, though. They're going to have to send in fresh troops. Unless they're just going to hold back here. I don't know. But they're going to have to send in fresh troops on there to the Germans. These guys are losing decisively. Morale is also looking pretty terrible. They could do a fire. Is up better. Break those guys a bit quicker. And we got a little, like, heavy melee infantry that's just going to sneak around here. Actually, there's some more. There's healthy melee infantry as well. These guys have 17 melee attack champions of Tiwaz. My gosh, these guys are good. Oh my gosh, melee AP damage. They got some, yeah, fierce fighters from chosen elite of many Germanic tribes. My gosh, they are scary. Okay, they might break through some sword lines. That's not another one there, though. We have got an infantry charge here now by the Romans. They've actually broken through. This roadblock is sort of over, and the next one is getting ready. And you can see there's a whole load of Germans here waiting for them. A mix of mediums, lights, heavies, you name it, is all here waiting. We have a Cohort's Acolyte now in square formation over here. 370 men left. That might be one too many for these Germans to take out, but they'll try their damn hardest. I mean, the thing is, they don't have to fight the entire unit now when they are here. I don't know if square is really a great formation for infantry, but it's certainly a good anti-cav formation. And there is cav, obviously, we've seen sneaking about. It's a big square they form. Morale is like, yeah, so. If they could like shoot those units in the back, that would be even better. Romans now charging in up here. Evercati Germanica are doing their best. These guys have probably got insane amount of kills. Let's have a look quickly at their kills. 212. Yeah, it's not bad. We've seen higher, but that's pretty good. Got very like missiles all engaged. Why are they all engaged? What are they engaged with? I don't know. Some random legionary units down here. There's actually a lot of legionaries being thrown in here, and some light melee, light missiles. This is asking for trouble. I mean, I guess they want to take the missiles out, easy kills, but there's bigger fish to fry than getting these missile troops. Fair, actually, they're breaking pretty quickly. Oh yikes, they are breaking quickly. Hopefully that doesn't cause a mass rout or anything for the Germans. But yeah, look at that. The Romans being sucked in there. And yeah, they're going to break on this back line as well. The Romans done their job. They've held the back line. But a big loss over here. A cohort's acolyte has broken at 240 men it was. It's been cut down now. They're cutting it down. They're making sure. The Eagle's banner is still alive. Oh no! Where is he? Oh no, he's done. He died over there. I saw him. I saw the Eagle fall. The standard is gone. The Centurion of that unit has just died as well. And now it's the turn of the Cohors Bavatorum. So they go. I think with the Eagle being lost, that can cause all sorts of problems. But I think this unit's going to try and form square as well. As you know, all Roman units can. So they will. Cohors Evercarta here. Or Evercarta Germanica, I should say. Veterans of Germany. They've seen many a fight. Maybe one not so as vicious as this one, though. Romans going in, doing their thing. They're starting to waver in a few areas, though, these Romans. Certainly the legionaries, but also there are quite a few lights breaking. They just need to get some good volleys off with their javies to the remaining Germans. They can get some... Yeah, I mean, that one's not a bad one. You can just break the right stuff. I mean, these Roman archers breaking as well. It's always good. We have got more Germans doing the back lines here now. And it looks... Oh, yeah, the heavy infantry here is broken through. I think this is snuck around. But yeah, that's just got through. These Tuaz Druids, they've done a decent amount of damage by the looks of it. 101 kills, 53. Oh yeah, they've done well. So yes, Rome is in a bit of a stalemate here. They are kind of just having a grind fest now against those German lines. I mean, they're losing in a few areas here, but I mean, they still got some heavy troops. The German reserves on their way up. It seems like the plan to defend this rear section is over. It seems like the Germans think they can beat them here. I mean, it's a good chance. The Germans have defeated the Roman rear lines over here. There is a square of a Clibanorum over there. We still have the Cohors Bavatorum here as well. They are losing. They're at 10% to 50% morale. These guys are getting chewed up, in fact, by the heavy melee infantry general there. I can hear cavalry as well running about. I don't think they'll charge in, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, we are. We're going to see a charge from the cav. And that, I mean, these guys are wavering. This might work. I mean, the cav actually is probably steady these troops. They're like, you know what? This is what we needed. A cavalry charge. Some of the cav's broken through, though. Oh, there you go. They shout out just like that. The Cohors Bavatorum is gone. And that is another big Roman unit gone. We still have another Cohors Aquilae back there. We've got, what we got over here? Cohors Legionari. We've got loads of, like, free infantry now for the Germans. And actually, yeah, lots of legionaries starting to break here. This is not good. There are some breaking medium infantry, though, as well. So it seems like both sides wearing themselves down. There you go, Clibonarium going now. Super elite infantry being routed here. Cohors Legionari holding on, but morale is not looking great. They're seeing their comrades starting to break now. The Romans, they've been through a lot. They're probably quite tired now. They've been in constant fighting throughout the whole thing. This is part of the war of attrition. They've won in a lot of areas, beating a lot of Germans. But the Germans just keep sending in fresher troops. That's the thing. These troops are probably exhausted now. Active, actually. They're not even that bad. Winded? Yeah, they're fine. What am I on about? Fresh? Yeah, I mean, who cares? It doesn't really matter even having the fresh reinforcements arriving. It's the Germans. Seems like the Romans have just been fresh anyway. These elites. These are like, I think this is the general. Yeah, this is the general here in combat with the Romans. He should beat these legionaries. If he has the scare ability as well, that's also handy. See these Evercarta here starting to break. We are seeing the Cohors Aquilae over here go forward. I don't know if the other one's still alive. We've certainly seen one break. There is still two alive, so there's still two Eagles alive. So it could still be a victory for the Romans if they could somehow pull this out of the bag. That really would be pulling it out of the bag right now. They are getting surrounded slowly. Teutoburg Forest is starting to turn a disaster, and there you go. Co's Avocados on the way now. Aquali's on the go. We're about to see a charge from these really nasty medium swords. Actually, no, they're not the nasties. It's these guys back here. They're 18 melee attack. Jeez. That is, like, incredible. They can go the Aquali. They're actually going to form square, which that's probably a good idea. They are about to get surrounded by all infantry, so they just need to hold this thin line. For Rome! For the Emperor! Do not let the eagle fall. It may already have fallen somewhere, but you know, it's part of the thing. You're not in formation, sir. I don't know what you're doing. And there you go. I think they have all broken. And there was a mass rout at the end there. So really, all the eagles were defeated. So we will end the replay and have a quick look at the end result. A costly victory, or a Pyrrhic victory for the Marcomanni. It certainly was. There was some absolutely massive kills here for all of the Roman players. They all got like 3k or like close to that. They did really well. But yeah, this was a scenario that we did on the Discord. I got just over 1,000 kills playing as the my Germans. Did okay. I mean, none of my troops did insane. I mean, 204 for this like axe unit here is pretty damn good though. That's a light unit as well. 72 kills for a spear unit here. 127 for another spear unit. My swords, my elite swords, were still healthy and doing well. 103, 104. Some good kills there. Then we have Mythic, who got the most kills for any of the German players here today, using most of his army. There's literally nothing left. 201 kills for his like medium javies here. 104 with another. His general got 92 kills. I mean, these are good kills on Romans. And then we got 227 and 285 on his axe units here. 150s on these ones down here. His spears getting like 74 kills, 89 kills. Then we have Conrad playing as another Marcomanni army. Very appropriate name, very Germanic name. 233 kills with his cav. And then what else do we have here? 122 with the axes here. And then we have some 263 with another down here. 159 with the swords. 225 with these elite swords that did a lot of damage, it seems, and didn't die too often. And then we have Omens here as the final Marcomanni. I'm getting the least amount of kills, but I was also the healthiest army left. He had all of his elites that hadn't really been committed. 239 kills with his like his medium sort of stuff here. 149. All these axes doing quite well. Archer's getting like 58 kills, 65. But yeah, okay. And then we have Major Sharp playing as one of the Roman armies. His Antagnazi here getting 180 kills, 229 with the cohorts Aquili, 159 with his auxiliaries. Then his basic legionaries getting 293 kills. His Evocata Germanica 356 kills. I mean, we've got some incredible ones here. 363 with his legionary Clibanarum. So yeah, some really good kills there. And then Geo playing as another one of the Romans. 276 kills with his general. Actually, how many did... Oh, Sharp's got no kills. Wow. Yeah, 276 with the Equites here. 162 kills with his archers. 428 kills with his cohorts Aquili. Incredible. 385 kills with the Bavatorium. 399 kills with his legionaries. 360 with another. 251 with the Evocata. 303 with another down there. And then his Clibanarum actually doing the worst, getting 198 kills. Then Baby Bob playing as the final Roman army. 116 kills with his Antagnazi. 156 with his cohorts Aquili. His cohorts Evocata getting 167 kills. And then 237 kills with his cohorts Legionary. And then 511 kills with another one down here. Oh my gosh. He got maybe the least amount of kills overall, but by far and away got the largest amount of kills with a unit. 226 kills with Evocata Germanica. 333 with a Clibanarum there. But yeah, very good kills there for the Romans. Incredibly well done. But there you go, guys. The Battle of Teutoburg Forest followed like in history. The Romans were defeated by the Germans and they lost 3 eagles. And there will be a cry now saying, Varus, give me back my legions. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next